I'm here with Sarah, my life partner, matching Small Business Rescue Squad camo hoodies. You ready to do this?
Yep.
Sarah and I play a sick, depraved little game. We've been playing it for years, where we see a new business pop up in town, or we see when we're like, yeah, that thing is going to tank. And then we see how long it's going to be before they go out of business. It's disgusting of us to do that, but we do. Sometimes you see a business and you know that they're going to be out of business. I'm going to show you how to fix all those things so you're able to pay yourself. You know, a lot of people, they go in business, they can't even pay themselves for years. It's terrible. We have friends like that. We've been fortunately where we've been able to pay ourselves since the very beginning. Rarely is the product or the service the problem, because you have businesses that are in a downward spiral that are not going to succeed. You know they're going to fail, but their product is fine. It's like a restaurant. They can have great food, awesome food, incredible reviews, but still the business tanks. So it's not always the product. Chances are, if you went into business for yourself and you opened up a shop or whatever, you have a good product. The quality might be great. You might even have great reviews. You might have raving reviews. The quality, the service is all there. The reason that your business might fail or is failing can be totally a completely different thing. First thing is a bad location. That is a killer of businesses. Bad location, right?
Yep.
Bad. And I think a lot of businesses, they either buy into a location that they're way over their head in, or they're in a really crappy location. They got really cheap rent or a cheap lease, and they're in a garbage location. It does not matter what your quality of product or service or whatever it is. If you're in a bad location, if you're not getting traffic, it's out of the way, it's not in a convenient place for people to go, if there's no parking, that can kill a business. Poor signage, or it's just like a cursed location. You know, those where there's just like, you probably have those in your town, where there's just always a continuous revolve. There's another business one in there, another business one in there. And then you see on Facebook, I'm opening up a new business, I'm going to be on this address. And you're like, oh, geez, another one. How do you fix a bad location? The simplest answer is to move. Just move locations. Like our friend, she moved locations. He was in a really crappy location, and she moved, and that's a quick instant, well, not instant fix, but it's a quick fix once you move. But not everyone can move. Maybe you're tied down to a lease. Maybe you've got some jerk landlord that you signed up for a 7-year lease, and now you're like, oh crap, I'm in this crummy location, I don't know what to do. The quick fixes for those, I mean, the soonest thing you should do is move. Like that should be on your mind, is moving, getting out of this bad location. Especially if your business is proving to be like, okay, like you're getting customers. Once they get in there, they like it. The products are good, but the location, the visibility, the parking is bad. What you can do in the meantime is increase your signage so that it's at least more visible. More signs, feather flags, signage, ramp up the marketing. That's the instant fix. Is you're going to have to compensate this bad location with bigger marketing. You're going to have to put more marketing out there because people are not going to find you. You can be in a well-trafficked, good, convenient location and people will visit. Because it's convenient to other stores. They're already out shopping. It's somewhere where they're already traveling to. Good location can kind of sustain your business alone. But if you don't have that on your side, you're going to have to compensate that with marketing. Doesn't matter if you have the best products in the world. How many businesses do we know that got fantastic products, but they're in a bad location? It's out of the way. It's not convenient to go to. Maybe you got to take some different road to get there. Maybe you got to park in the back of a building, or you got to find it, or there's never any parking, or there's horrible traffic, too much traffic. You've got to compensate these things with marketing. The better marketing you do and the more focus you put on marketing, the more people you're going to have going out of their way. If you've got really good deals and you're getting it into the right audience, people are going to go out of their way until you can maybe move. Which leads us to our next thing, is not marketing. That's a killer of businesses. Like, that is a total killer of businesses. Are you not advertising? Are you not marketing? Are you not doing the right kind of marketing? A lot of local businesses, they don't do marketing. Their idea of marketing is posting on Facebook or TikTok. That's the idea of their marketing, is making TikToks. They don't have like a specific marketing budget. And sometimes they just don't know what to do. Not marketing is going to kill your business. It's going to absolutely kill your business. If you are a rather new business or just starting out, you're not growing, you're going downwards, you are going to have to do some marketing. If you want to make, let's say, $500,000 in sales, or $1 million in sales, whatever, $250,000, whatever your goal is in sales, you are going to have a marketing budget. Marketing budgets can be anywhere from like 5-7% up to 15%. I would say just a rough average guideline would be 10%. Spending 10% of what your sales are going to be on marketing. So if you want to make $500,000 in sales, which means maybe you making like $50,000 profit. It's incredible to think that, but you're going to probably have to sell $500,000 worth of goods in order to make yourself about 50 grand in take home profit. If you want to get there, you are going to have to set a good 10% of that in marketing. So if you want to make $500,000 in sales, you're going to have to spend $50,000 in marketing. It's going to happen. If you want to make $1 million in sales, you are going to need to spend $100,000 in marketing, at least. That's a 10% marketing budget. Every industry is different. Some are higher, some are lower. It depends on what kind of the ticket, how often are people coming in? Is it a big ticket purchase things, little ticket purchase things? You are going to have to do that if you are not spending that kind of money. That might be $50,000 is $1,000 a week pretty much in marketing. So if you want to make $50,000 in profit, like start paying yourself and make $50,000 in profit, you are likely going to have to sell $500,000 worth of sales, because after all the expenses, after your goods, inventory, all those things, what's left over, you're only going to make about 10% net profit. So if you've got to think about that. If you want to make $500,000 in sales for whatever shop you have, or $1 million in sales, 10% of that's going to have to go to marketing. You're going to have to figure out a way to get $1,000 a week into marketing. It's crazy to think that, but if you don't think that, your business is going to tank. You are not going to have a successful little shop or whatever it is if you are not spending that kind of money. And in order to spend that kind of money, you may have to be clever. You may have to do things like our community cards. We're going to make a video on that too. Shared postcards. If you've seen any of my other videos on getting advertising for free, you can get thousands of dollars in legitimate advertising for totally free. This could be the thing that saves your business, but not marketing is absolute death. It's a slow bleed. It's a slow bleed. You'll be 4 or 5 years into it and realize, I got to tank this. I got to go back to work. I got to close up shop. We see that all the time. And these businesses, I almost guarantee you, had no marketing. They were putting no money into marketing. Another thing is too high rent. You see this, too high rent. Crazy and you can spot this. We just spotted the other day. This freaking boba tea shop. Stupid boba tea shop.
New one.
Someone goes into where a Moe's restaurant was with the tacos or whatever. This is a freaking beautiful building. The rent's got to be like $15,000 a month, and they're selling boba tea, and they sunk a ton of money, like huge freaking money into this thing to sell bubble tea. The average transaction of bubble tea has to be like $20 average, like 2 people on average coming in, $20. Like it's nothing. Yeah. Like the transactional value is nothing. You'd have to have a gazillion customers coming in to make it work. I don't know why this goes through people's heads. They think that there's going to be 1 million people coming in. You probably see this in your areas where you have a business that comes in a place that's like high rent, really high rent. And if you don't have the transactional value, if Moe's couldn't make it, which is super systemized, national chain, probably an even higher. I mean, the average ticket at Moe's is probably like $30, $35, where this might be like $10 to $20. Yeah. They're not going to make it. It's a death sentence. If you are in that position, you're in a spot that you are suddenly over your head and you're like, oh crap, I'm paying freaking $5,000 a month, $3,000 a month rent, whatever, $1,500 a month, whatever it is. And you're like, crap, this is high rent. You can't always get out of them because you're stuck on a lease. And some of these landlords, predatory landlords, are terrible. They will come after you, and they will take everything. Maybe you had a personal guarantee or something, and they come after your house. So you're going to have to do some damage control. And the number one instant fix for that is better marketing. You're going to have to ramp that marketing up huge, because you are going to have to compensate for that high rent. The good thing is, though, let's say your rent is maybe $2,500 a month. Every city's different. It's not that much. Like, you don't have to do a whole ton of marketing just to make an extra $2,500 a month in sales. It's really not that hard. Do some community cards. Do some shared postcards. Get a postcard, a direct mailer going out, and share it with a couple other businesses. Get that at a reduced price. Now suddenly you're getting $5,000 to $10,000 of marketing money a month for free or for a very reduced cost or whatever you're going to do. So throw some boosted posts on Facebook, some pay-per-click, whatever. You are going to need to increase that marketing and start focusing less on the day-to-day things that you're doing and more on marketing, because that's what's going to bring people in. It's going to not make that freaking rent collapse you. Try to get the transactional value higher, maybe some upsells, add-ons, some things that are high margin that you can add on. Can you add something on to the average transaction value that'll bring that thing up and get you some better margins? Almost every business can work on that. You have this core product, this thing that brings people in, but then you can upsell them. It's like the desserts at a restaurant or cocktails and things like that. And sometimes you can give these things free on a coupon. Get people in, free drink, free cocktail, buy one, get one free entree. And then you've got 2 people coming in, and now you're making all the money on the desserts, on the drinks. And this is relevant to almost every business. You have something that you can upsell or train your people to just ask people if they want this or want that and build that transactional value up a little bit higher. If every single person spends an additional $3, that adds up a ton. That could cover that high freaking rent, that predatory landlord, and you could stick it to them. Freaking jerks. Too high quality is another one. This is a problem you may not have admitted to yourself. Maybe you got too high quality. Maybe you are putting too high of ingredients in your food. Maybe you're giving too much portion size. Do you ever see that? Restaurants are trying to make a name for themselves, and they go in and you see all these raving reviews. I know there's one right now. You see it all over, and people are like, it's a barbecue place that just opened. I just don't want to say the name. Just opened. You see all over Facebook. People are raving. They're, oh my God, this is incredible. I left a buffet of barbecue where there's just briskets everywhere, and there's ribs, and there's there's like every kind of brisket you can imagine. And ribs, like all you can eat. And people are like, yeah, I ordered, this for $10 or something, and I came home with more wings than I can eat. This is a prime example. Happens all the time of businesses that are giving away too much because they want to be the best value they want this, and they think, oh my God, people are coming here, they love it, but they're not making any money.
Right.
And it is going to, I like to say with this problem, it's going to fix itself, because eventually they're going to realize, oh crap, I can't sustain this. I cannot sustain this. And they start skimping on ingredients, and they start lowering the portion sizes. And now everyone who is used to getting this high quality whatever product,
it's getting less.
And it's getting less, and it's getting less. And now it's like, oh, this place ain't the same that it was. Yeah. This isn't the same.
It's a downgrade.
It will fix itself. Sooner or later, that business owner is going to come off cloud 9, and they're going to realize that I can't keep doing this. They're going to shave these portions down. They'll reduce things, and then they'll start raising costs, and it's just a bad, bad situation. So how do you fix that? If you are going to maintain a super high level of quality, you're going to have to make people pay for it. It may hurt in the beginning, and people may complain, but if the quality is there, you will be okay. Because in order to keep delivering that quality, you have to be in business. If you want people to enjoy that, you have to make yourself profitable. So you're going to have to charge what it's worth. You can make a decision whether you want to reduce things, cut down those portions, use less ingredients, don't offer so much. Sometimes they offer so much they don't even need to. But you need to curb that really quick and get that pricing under control. You cannot maintain that super high quality thing without charging for it for very long. It will come back and bite you. It will shut you down. And it just reverses it. People start going, oh my God, this place sucks. It used to be good. I used to get this. You did it to yourself. Better stop that. It's the closest she's ever been in.
Oh my God.
Another one is too many staff. You got to look at your business and say, do I have too many staff? You ever been to a place where there's like 800 employees and there's like no one in the store? Like they have just way too many.
Of one.
Yeah.
Everyone, there was like 15 in a line. Yeah.
Or you ever been to a grand opening where they have like candy and stuff and there's no one there, and it's like depressing.
That's usually smaller.
Yeah. I used to feel bad. I always try to buy something and support them. Too much staff. This is easy. You see this, there's 1 billion employees. If all these employees are walking around doing nothing, that's going to chew up your payroll so bad. If you got that happening, you got to shave off these employees. You got to get rid of them. No one even wants to work and just stand around. People want to have something to do. If you got too many employees, get rid of these things. They're just eating up costs. It's not doing anyone good. You can always do more with less. Always. You see these things like freaking Twitter, whether you like Elon Musk or not or whatever. There were thousands, whether you like him or not, there were thousands of Twitter employees that were just not needed. This happens at the biggest levels. This happens more at the biggest levels where money isn't a problem. You get someone with a lot of money and then they just hire a ton of staff, and then that's what kills them. You got all this staff just doing nothing. Shave that staff down. You're going to have to make people work harder, but you're going to have to figure out systems that make each employee do more. Like more crap gets done. It's a family show. You can't say that. I almost said the bad word. Family show. There might be a young entrepreneur here turned off if I say the S word. Oh. Do more with less. Easy fix. No competitors. This is a quick one. No competitors. This is something people don't really think of. They think, I'm going to go in business. I'm going to start a business. There's no one else doing it. There's no one else doing this. I see this opportunity. And they go all in. They go into business. That it could be a good thing, but most likely it's a bad thing. And you may find yourself in this position. You thought you had something that was really the new thing or something that's not. But there's a reason there's a reason that there wasn't anyone else. Maybe there just isn't enough people. Maybe this is something that there just isn't enough people interested in it. And if you're in a bad location, I'm gonna that freaking stupid, and I don't mean stupid, maybe they're watching, but the Selfie City thing. The Selfie City thing opens up, right? Instant death sentence. I knew it. Instant death sentence. High rent, super high rent, high traffic location, and they have like 5 studio booths for selfies. I mean, these people must have been paying like $10,000 a month in rent. The math doesn't add up. It's a service that isn't there. There isn't other competitors doing it. There's a reason for that, and you're in a high rent area. This is bad. This is really bad. It's okay to be the first of something, but most likely it's because no one else saw the value in it. There's not enough traffic, not enough demand. If you are in that position, what's the instant fix? You are going to have to, if you want this thing to work, you are going to have to find an audience that wants that. So there likely is an audience. If you went through all this effort to starting a business and no one else is doing it, you're the only one, but you're not getting people in, you're going to have to really figure out who that audience is and reach them. That's why I love direct mail in particular, but Facebook posts, targeting, SEO, PPC, pay-per-click, but direct mail really is that's a lifesaver for something like this. If you can sit and think, okay, I don't have a lot of people that are interested in this, but there's some. You're going to need to market hard to those directly people. Find that audience. They're out there. You're going to have to find them. Are they a certain age? Are they certain income? Do they live in certain areas? Do they drive certain cars? Do they have certain things? Do they have kids? Do they have kids at a certain age? You're going to have to maybe open an infant shop or something, or it sells something, maybe it sells infants, something. Maybe it's like upscale toys. Really upscale toy store, okay? Yeah. Because everyone can shop at Walmart and buy toys. Toys are expensive, right? The majority of us shop at like Target, Walmart, Costco, because they're already expensive. Who's going to go to a luxury toy store, right? And you may open a toy store. I'm just thinking of this and think there's no there's no high-end toy stores here. And you open one up and you're like, there's people that want better quality toys. And you open it up and like, there's not people coming in. You're fighting against Walmart, Target, and all these places, and you're getting very little traffic. So the answer, the instant fix, is to find the people who would be interested in that. The wealthy people, the people with lots of disposable income that are maybe living in areas that are hoity-toity, right? Because those are your customers. Like, you have to be honest with yourself. Those are my customers. The people who they want to show off. They want high-quality goods. Maybe they want to have the toys delivered. I don't know. Whatever your business is providing to that specific audience, and you're going to have to market directly to those people. Direct mail is a perfect fit for that. That's why you got to go in the description below. Call us, 315-520-8045. Jake at printingforsupercheap.com, because we can hook you up with whatever list you need. Find that exact audience, get to those people, and then keep them coming back. That's how you sustain a business like that. And that's good for any business. I mean, that's good for any business. But if you're in a position where you just aren't getting traffic and it's a really niche thing, all you have to do is find that audience and market out to them. Another one is lots of owners. That's one that we always say. When you see like 3-4 owners, 2 partnership, but sometimes it works. we've been burned by partnership or whatever. It's a terrible. Someone said, my old boss, actually, when I saw home improvement, said partners are for dancing. He said that's what, not for business. Partners are for dancing. If you see like 3 owners, 4 owners, if you're in a business with like multiple owners, maybe you got a family. I mean, it's going to ruin families. It probably already has. You're probably in a position where you got all these family members, friends, buddies, and you thought it was a good idea. Like these things rarely ever pan out. They rarely ever pan out. Most cases, it is bad. Ruin relationships. If it takes you $500,000 in sales to make about $50,000 take home in profit, and in the meantime, it's going to take you years before you even see that. Now you're throwing in 3-4 businesses in there. You're going to have to make $3-4 million a year. So you open up a restaurant with 2 or 3 other people. Just get out. I would not, like, this would be better for everyone. Save that relationship. If this business of yours isn't popping off in 2-3 years, you are done. Get out. Get out. It will be a disaster. Get out while you can. Maybe have them buy you out. Be the first one out of there, and don't look back. You know, preserve your friendships, preserve your relationships with these people, and just get out. It's bad. It's really bad. Of course, there's rare exceptions, but not many. Last one. I love this one. Whining owners. This is a sign of a business on its way out. But also, if you catch yourself doing this, please own up to this. A whining owner is somebody, they get on social media and they start crabbing. They start, the community won't support us. You guys are all going to Target. You know, they have these rants of the buying low. Everyone wants to shop local, but they don't want to support me or this and that or whatever. They have all these excuses of why people aren't coming in, why business is bad. Sometimes they do it one time and the community rallies with them. Yeah, and then you know, things get better for a little bit, or maybe they got some news exposure or something. They're going through hard times, understandable. But then they do it again like 6 months later, and you're like, oh crap, I just helped this business out. Were they going after money again? I know it's frustrating. You're a small business owner and you're mad at the world. You're mad at everyone for not coming in. You're mad at your friends for not coming and supporting. People aren't sharing your Facebook posts. People aren't coming in like you thought they would, like they said they would. This is business. This is what happens in business. You can't count on your friends to sustain your business, or you're a real estate agent and your friends aren't listing their homes with you. This is a business these are other problems. So the instant fix is to own up to this and say, I'm going to take responsibility. And it's not the community's problem. It's maybe my problem. Maybe you're not marketing. Maybe you're against. These are typically people who are against marketing. You know, they say like, I don't do marketing. Marketing doesn't work. I don't need it. And then they're tanking. It's like after like 2 years, Vince Enger, he's on our elite Facebook group. But this is true. As marketers, we see a lot of business owners and they'll be like, I don't do marketing, or I don't do that. I don't believe in marketing. And you know that business is going to be tanked in a couple years, you know, max. They're going to be out, on their way out. If you don't believe in marketing, if you're going to complain about everything else,
or they'll complain it's too pricey to market.
People aren't spending money on that. Again, look at the math. If you want to make $100,000 a year, you are going to be needing to sell $500,000 to $1 million in sales if you want to make a six figures. And the only way you're going to do that, I'm telling you, is spend on marketing. If you're not, it's not going to work. So those are our quick fixes. I don't got any others, but I think those are pretty good. Sarah, I had a good time. Did you enjoy having Sarah on? And we've got another really good video that you should watch on how to get free advertising. You should watch that one. You should watch all our videos and leave a comment if you enjoyed this, or if you're a victim to one of these, or you've got a client or a business owner friend that's going through this now. Let's hear it.